awfully glad to be here at the very first Zagreb Blues Festival. How exciting to be here. And very excited to be here with you guys. And I know this is the start of something great and that there's going to be lots and lots of blues festivals to come. Thank you for coming and supporting live music played by live human beings. I know there's a DJ playing somewhere tonight, but you guys are obviously all the coolest people here in Zagreb that you would be here tonight. And that's really, really cool.
Hi, I'm Candye Kane, and I'm very pleased to be here at the first blues festival in Croatia. It's a lovely thing that you guys are supporting blues. I've been singing since I was a very little girl. I sang in school and I sang in church, and I grew up singing. My family was very dysfunctional. I had a lot of alcoholics and mental patients in my family. So I learned at an early age that I could get positive attention from other people by singing. And so I sang to strangers in the street, and I sang to people in the supermarket, and whenever I could, I sang. And as I grew up, music became a way for me to get out of the ghetto. I lived in a very poor neighborhood in East LA, and buried my first friend when I was just 14. And so it was, music was always an escape for me, a way to escape some of the craziness in my life. Wonder Woman, here to stay. I think blues has the power to transform people who are in oppressive situations. The blues was born during a time in American history when the darkest time in American history, when slavery was the normal way of life. And so blues helped people who were enslaved to transcend their daily troubles. And in the cotton fields, when slaves were picking cotton all day in the hot sun, often the blues was the one way that they could get through that day of pain and torture. And I think even during that time when they were enslaved, in their own communities, African Americans were able to make music and to be one in their musical communities. So it became a really emancipating kind of music. It became a music of freedom. And people think of the blues as being very slow and sad, but really the blues is born of something joyful. Really the blues was a way out, and that's how I've used it in my life. I started writing songs that were positive, songs like The Toughest Girl Alive, like Superhero, my new CD, songs that made me feel better, that keep me away from the psychiatrist. And so I use these songs to keep myself feeling strong and to find strength within me and through the music to inspire others. Well, I've always been an activist in the gay and lesbian and transgender bisexual community. I do a lot of work with gay, lesbian, transgendered people. Of course, now, especially in the States, it's almost fashionable to be gay. It used to be a lot more dangerous to come out and say I'm gay or I'm bisexual. And so I stood by my friends in the gay community at a time when it was not popular to be gay, because I felt like it was an important thing to do. I also used to be much bigger in size before I had cancer, and so I did a lot of work for fat activism and for size acceptance. There's a lot of pressure, of course, in our world to look a certain way, especially for women to be thin and to look like fashion models, and not everyone can look like that. And so I did a lot of activism in that area, trying to encourage people to love and accept their bodies at any size. And of course now I just had cancer 2 years ago, so I do a lot of activism in the cancer world and talk a lot about my kind of cancer and about all cancers. Basically, most of the songs I write are songs of empowerment, and I believe that part of the reason why I'm still here is because I have such a positive outlook, and I write songs that are positive. So if I can write these songs that give me strength, perhaps they can give other people strength too, and that's a form of activism, even though there isn't really a name for it. I also have a charity that I do called United by Music. You can go to www.unitedbymusic.eu. United by Music is a charity that teaches people with intellectual and physical disabilities about blues, and how blues music and writing blues songs can help them overcome their daily challenges. And that's a wonderful project for me. We're bringing it to the United States this year for the first time, and we hope one day to give people with disabilities all over the world a chance to create music and to be on stage and to get applause and to get attention, not because they're in a wheelchair, not because they look different, but just because they have a talent that they can express. I think it's, of course, wonderful to have my son on the road. He's been playing with me for 8 years now, and he always watches out for me, but I also have my guitar player Laura Chavez, who's like my daughter, and we watch out for each other. So having another woman in the band is also very powerful, and I think the audiences appreciate seeing two curvy women on stage together, and that's a beautiful thing.
We got a CD. It's called Superhero. I got one in here somewhere. Let me see. Where is it? Let's see. I gotta find it. Here it is. Superhero. This CD was produced by Laura Chavez and myself, and it was nominated for a National Blues Foundation Award. You can buy one here tonight if you want to. They have them for sale in one of these places. And no, this one is for that young lady right there. Oh, her, give it to her, that blonde right there. That's for her.